All right, loves. Oh, welcome back. So, if last week's episode about erotic face slapping got your heart racing or anything else, a little excited, today is going to have it thumping like a fucking drum. We're going to dive into impact play. So, think crops, paddles, floggers, whips, and that glorious sound of skin meeting skin in the name of pleasure. So, if you've ever wondered why a sting on the thigh or a smack on the ass sends shivers right up your spine, or what the heck the difference between a crop and a paddle even is, this one's for you. Welcome back to my regular listeners, and welcome to my new listeners. Your time and energy is valuable. Thank you for choosing to be here with me. I'm Sex Coach Lauren. So let's start with the psychology, all right? So why does impact feel so good? Because impact play isn't about pain. It's about sensation. So it's also about intensity and surrender. So when you're struck, whether it's like a soft thud or a sharp sting, your body's going to release endorphins and adrenaline. And that is a chemical cocktail. It's the same that runners talk about, but let's be honest, this one happens naked. And for some, the emotional layer is just as powerful. The rhythm, the anticipation, the trust, it is freaking primal. That anticipation when you get a couple slaps and then you have to wait for the third and you're bracing, ooh-wee. And it's, it's intimate. It's saying, I trust you enough to let go. And I've had clients tell me they finally felt safe to feel because impact play gave them permission to surrender control when they're in a container of trust and consent with their partner, right? And that's the thing most people miss. It's not about violence. It's about fucking vulnerability. All right. Tools of the trade. Let's talk about the tools because, the tools and the toys, because each one has a personality. So number one, the paddle. So think of the paddle as like the classic firm, thuddy. It's very thud and it's satisfying, right? So the larger surface area is going to give you more oomph with less sting. So it's great for butts and thighs and perfect for beginners who like that deep echoing sound. And if it's made of wood, expect more weight. And if it's made of leather, you'll get a mix of slap with a little bounce. Number two, the crop. So crops are very precise. They're snappy. It's that teacher's ruler energy. And yes, some people love that authority vibe. The little leather tip focuses the sensation. So it stings more than it thuds. And it's great for inner thighs, hips, and teasing strokes before a spank. Number three, the flogger. A personal favorite in the kink world. All right, this actually has multiple tails, which is going to give you multiple sensations. And then, it comes in a few different materials. So suede gives a soft thud, while the rubber or leather can sting like a stinking bitch. The rhythm of a flogger can feel very hypnotic. It is an absolute mix of sensory overload and surrender. It's very, very cool. Number four, the whip. So now we're going to enter that advanced territory, okay? With the whip, a single tail whip or a signal whip actually takes a lot of skill, all right? It's precise, it's fast, and it can actually break the skin if it's mishandled. It's gorgeous when it's done well, but please don't start here, okay? So take a class, practice on a pillow first. Seriously. Number five, the hand. Never underestimate the hand, right? Warm, connected, intuitive, and it adjusts pressure instantly, right? It gives direct feedback through touch. Plus, it lets you alternate between caressing and spanking, which is really that perfect combo of pain and pleasure. So, third off, materials matter, okay? So every impact tool is going to feel different depending on what it's made from. So leather, versatile, right? It can sting or thud depending on the thickness. Suede, it's soft, it's luxurious, and it's really perfect for beginners or the sensual scenes. Wood, it's going to have a deeper, heavier impact. And, think of it like sound and weight, right? Heavier and deeper impact. You'll find silicone or rubber, which is sharp, little snappy, and it's really great for short bursts. You'll find maybe some fur or fabric wrapped. That's gentle, it's very sensory, and it's really perfect for like warm up or like when you're mixing sensations. And please, no household items unless they're designed for body safe play. Do not bring out the wooden spoon. Do not bring out the spatula, right? It's really cute until somebody ends up with splinters, okay? Trust me. All right, so fourth off, the mind games, right? So impact play is just as psychological as it is physical. For the giver, it can be about control, artistry, and rhythm. And then watching your partner's reactions, adjusting your intensity, it's quite a dance of dominance and care, truly. And then for the receiver, it's often about surrender, release, and trust. Some people drop into subspace, which is like a floaty, blissed out headspace where time disappears. You don't have to worry about anything because you're in submissive space. And then there's that like erotic anticipation, right? The moment before the hit lands. Ooh, that is where the desire builds. That's the real turn on, my friend. Last off, aftercare, right? You knew I was going to say it, and I'm going to say it. Aftercare isn't optional. Thing is, after a scene, your body is flooded with chemicals. So you might feel euphoric, tender, emotional, or exhausted. And that's very normal, right? So offer water, cuddles, a bath, grounding, some touching or some quiet space, a fuzzy blanket, a cup of hot tea, a gentle massage. You really can ask or be asked, do you need touch or rest right now? How are you feeling in your body? Physically, you can use cold compresses, soothing lotions, arnica to prevent soreness and bruising. But emotionally, check in again the next day. A lot of people experience this drop, and it sometimes feelings bubble up after that high of chemicals being released fades out. All right. So here's my take. Impact play is art. It's really communication through sensation. So whether it's a whisper, soft tap, or a nice hard thud that echoes through the room, it's really about staying attuned. The goal isn't to cause pain. The goal is to create connection. So if you're new to this world, definitely start slow. Explore one tool at a time. Find your rhythm. Find your boundaries. And your, oh yes, right there, that one. Because impact play, when it's done consciously, can open your body to trust, to surrender, and erotic confidence like nothing fucking else. If you loved this deep dive, please reach out for any one-on-one coaching to help you explore this new kink, explore your personal boundaries, and join the Pleasure Collective. It's a programship where we break down kink, communication, and pleasure from a shame-free, heart-centered lens with real talk, real tools, and you build your personal user pleasure manual, which is so many components, like your love language, your initiation style, your desire type, your erotic blueprint, oh my goodness, and so much more. So if this episode did something for you, tickled your fancy, I would love for you to rate it, only if you want. Give it a thumbs up if you're on YouTube. I appreciate you being here. And until next time, my friends, explore with intention, play with power, and remember, pleasure is your birthright.